the philosopher, and then I ended up becoming
Midnightrabbi.
what was it? Oh yeah, the Messiah. That's what my mum called me next. First I was the philosopher, then I became the Messiah.
You're not the Messiah.
I know, because you know when you first become spiritual, you think, "Wow, I must be the Messiah." You know? But my mother called me. My mother called me that. So then I said, "I'm a Cohen, so I can't be the Messiah." Yeah.
What? She can't be a Cohen?
No. So she said to me, "All right, you know what? If you're not a Messiah, you can be the Meshugana." You got it? So that's what I'm proud to remain, Meshugana. Now, it's good to be Meshugana. Why? Rabbi Nachman says an important thing, that the idea of being Meshugana in a world gone crazy is the best advice. Why? Because if you keep a sign on yourself that you're mad, when really you're not mad, you're actually the straight one and everyone else has gone mad. Yeah. So that's the reminder to keep you going in this crazy exile. So I want to thank Rafi. That's you. Thank you for bringing me here. We were in the dark, so I didn't see you. I want to thank Ari for organising this. I want to thank Hashem for bringing me to London and my wonderful parents who brought me up in Edgware boy. Yeah.
Well, you're a Mac, mate.
And now, how did I become the Midnightrabbi? Rafi just got a whole introduction, but maybe I'll say a little bit different, to make it a bit more interesting, so I have to repeat myself. And I've been asked this question a lot of times. The students themselves in yeshiva call me the Midnightrabbi, because every night they come back off their face after a fight with a few awesome, and if you know what awesome, you know what awesome are? In Israel, awesome are like the punks, And they come back from awesome with they're knuckle busters with blood on them, and they had blood on them, and I think it was the other guy's blood actually, and they'd come back and say, "Bro, am I hallucinating here? There's this rabbi sitting here chilling with me right now, 2, 3 in the morning. What are you doing here?" And bit by bit, I was there and I became boys with all these guys, these tough guys from Ner Yaakov, Neve Sion, all these type of places back in the day. And and they themselves call me the Midnightrabbi, because you're like the Midnightrabbi. You're here every night with us, all night, night after night. And it was a really cool shift to be with the guys, because when they were most chilled out, most open, the clubhouse gives you that in a bit more of an earlier time, but it still gives you it. And that's really the best time, when you're in a more chilled zone. There's no pressure, you're not being tested. It's like a chilled place, a chilled zone where you can just be yourself. And that's what I did. I was hanging out with the guys in the dorms. And don't worry, I never got accused of anything. Now that's an achievement. Yeah? And that's 5 years, maybe longer, hanging out with dorms. He saw me many times there. He can testify that I'm not just making up this whole story. You can Google it also if you want, if you're really that desperate. But the main point is that I want to say and share with you guys is that, from my years of having connection with the clubhouse, I wish it was a bit more in Israel, but, when I come to London and I see you guys, they treat you so good, they give you love, they give you food, they give you, that caring heart, that is what is going to, and be honest, you guys obviously are worthy and deserving of it, otherwise you wouldn't be here, and you've chosen in your own way. And that's a lot of respect and love for someone like me, who Hashem just opened up my heart and made it easy for me in my return to Judaism and return back to spirituality. Right now I'm living in the Holy Land. It's a crazy situation. Every day there's potential terrorist attacks, real terrorist attacks, people getting killed. Either way, people dying, and it's a crazy situation. And I just met someone the other day who was literally 2 minutes away from when a recent attack, I'm talking about last week, and it could have been him. So it's an intense situation, and what I want to share with you is that that's going on in each one of you in your own heart, because we're all a microcosm of the whole world, and each of us have the whole world in us. Right now, Rosh Chodesh is a new beginning, and it's Mishneknis Adam Marvin B'Simcha. We want to get happy, guys. So what's the key to happiness? I'll tell you what a famous non-Jewish writer wrote. The key to happiness is self-control. Would you believe that? This is from Stephen Covey. And
quite the opposite.
You had Stephen.
Seriously, quite the opposite.
No,
the key to happiness, you're saying, is self-control.
Yeah, no, this is a non-Jewish writer wrote this. He wrote the book 7 Habits. That self-esteem comes from self-control. And the more you watch yourself, the more you control yourself in some way or another, the more you feel good about yourself. And, ask any addicts any day. And I worked in rehab. I saw this process go on. I saw the guys who got through it. I'm close with some of the success stories. Not everyone's success, unfortunately. Some of them aren't here.
I mean, in a rehab,
but
that's
self-control. But what I've learned a lot from Rabbi Dr. Twersky is that he says the rehab is the people where you should learn from the most, not the official looking, even though some of them, thank God, have deep insights and you should learn from them. But there's also the people who have been in the trenches, in the battlefields, and they can testify, the people that keep the 12 habits, including Rabbi Twersky, the 12 steps, they can testify that they, through that system of constantly self-assessment and self-control and talking with others, having a group network, I'm not going to, simplify the 12 steps. You have to go look at it yourself, but it's something that can really help you guys realize the power of self-restraint, self-control. This is the key to joy. So, even music. I'm going to play you a song in a minute. If you want to think about music, a good musician, he knows what notes to choose. He's choosing to restrain himself because there's an endless choice. And he's constantly choosing and homing in on the right notes. So that's a powerful message to you guys that, we all love music, to have this ability to choose those notes, to be involved in the place which is best for us, focus ourselves, and you will see, you'll be more happy, you'll feel more good about yourself. Anyone who works out, you get those endorphins working, yeah? I'm very into exercise. My wife runs an exercise studio, and she had a big battle with, her inner self, certain things, and it was all to do with exercise, that she fought herself out, but she didn't need any medication. The power of healthy living, balanced living, and also having people believe in you, that you have in the clubhouse. Very powerful thing. And that with all that together, that builds ability for self-esteem and, feel good about yourself. And that's really important. It's not just feel good. I'm just talking fluffy feel good. I'm talking about people that have saved their lives from this kind of way of thinking. It's a survival. It's a war. Just like I said, in Israel, there's a war going on. There's a war going on inside each of us. There's a force that wants to kill us. You have to know that. We're at war, man. And we need to know what our weapons are. So you do have a lot of weapons. And singing and being together in this place is a very powerful weapon. I believe in the clubhouse very much. I want to just sing a song a little bit. This is a song that saved me when I was in yeshiva. It's called Simcha. And it's about Jerusalem. It's about being in a place, we all have that part of ourselves which links us back to Jerusalem and joy. And the key is to remember that, we can all be happy. Just we got to go through. This is one of the ways I survived yeshiva, which I say is surviving, because when I was in yeshiva, I never thought this bunch of black hat cult-looking people would become something I'd join. And when I joined it, I was freaked out a little bit that I'm here, and I'm like, whoa, who are these people that I'm surrounded by? And they were amazing. Some of the people, they're amazing, yeah, real examples. But the image of it, I was like, what's going on? So I needed to find this path of joy. And truth is, at that time, I was going out of the yeshiva to Breslovers, and they were teaching me a lot about joy. I'm not a Breslover, I'm just saying that I'm just connected to a lot. I'm connected to a lot of Chabad, I'm connected a lot to Rebbes. My Rebbe right now is making a wedding in America. And the thing why I love my Rebbe, example, just to go ahead many years, the thing that really said, not only did he give a lot of time to my wife and my kids, and dedication, which is what I care about, but he came up to me Rosh Hashanah with a Sefer Torah, and it was 6:30 in the morning early, and most rabbis are very serious at the Rosh Hashanah. He came up to me and said, Aiza, are you happy? Feeling good? That's what he came on. That's what he's thinking about. Is Aiza feeling good on Rosh Hashanah?
At 6:30
in the morning.
I would have thrown him out of the room.
Exactly. And it was before a coffee as well. They say, you have BC before, Yoshka, you have BC before coffee. Yeah? It's a serious thing, So, but it made me smile that someone there thinking about my happiness. And that's the real truth. That's Ada. You got to be happy, man.
I'll throw you out.
We are a people of a kind. We're to find the truest sign. This place of holy fire and peace. This is our home. Yerushalayim will sing to all our crying every time we sing, every time we dance, every time we sing, every time we sing and dance, every time we sing, every time we dance, all the simchas pour through our hands, every time we sing, every time we dance. We form a circle as time goes by. People yearning to defy the way of this world. This heart's gone bad. To sincerely sing and dance and yet feel very, very sad. Every time we sing along. La 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 la, la 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 la. Oh, yeah, Okay, so that was a song written a long time ago. I want to share a few stories just very quickly. I had some crazy experiences the last few years, and some of it was I was in the New York Times front page with a rapper called Shine, and
It's my cousin.
yeah,
No.
I doubt it. He's from Belize. His real name is
Is he the black guy?
Moshe Levi. Yeah,
He's the black guy.
or so you say.
He came to Israel.
What, Listen Black?
Yeah.
Nissan Black.
Listen Black's a good friend of mine. Yeah.
No, I know Nissan Black. Have you? Oh, actually, I lost his email. I said to him,
Yeah, I can connect you up.
fine.
Listen Black's a good friend. I helped him with his process to get
yeah.
back to Judaism and everything.
Is he on the front page of the Times anyway?
So I put on a show for Listen Black in Beit Shemesh.
He's a legend. We met him in Uman, then he came here and he spoke here.
Yeah, he's a
nice
dude.
guy.
Yeah,
Really, he's a massive subject. I really like him.
Hashem Merech. That's a good song. He's a good boy. Yeah, you should look it up.
We're working on a single with
Yeah, you're doing something together. He's a good friend of mine.
You working now with him?
So, you love this dude.
Is it bringing us single then. He's already in us.
He's a soul singer. He's legit a soul singer, and he's a producer as well. He's properly talented.
We get back to your story.
So Shine. So Shine was a very interesting story. I don't want to talk about anyone behind their back or publicly or whatever. But there's this one moment. My uncle, who I'm going to hopefully see this week, with my mother and my father, he's a very big promoter, put on the biggest events in the world, at Live Aid, Live Earth. I grew up in the music industry, my father as well. They're doing the Olympics for Rio, they did the Olympics London. I was in the music entertainment industry growing up, and I still have a connection for my family, and a little bit in Israel. But basically what happened was that my uncle was in Israel, and he brought a guy called Jeff Beck. You all heard of Jeff Beck? Jeff Beck. He's a